Maverick 100.9 Aggie Lands Country Alternative. It's Corliss, joined again by Chaser Crouch, who is
How's it going?
It's good. It's so good to see you. And I'm so excited for your second release. You know, the first time we interviewed you, you were just an awkward, shy boy, but you and I have had the opportunity to get to know each other a little bit better now, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And you're getting used to this whole interview thing, which is kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah. It didn't take me very long because I am a talkative person, but when I know people are gonna be watching the video that I'm talking in, it's a little different. But I'm getting better at it, getting better at answering questions, and I always had the problem of I'd answer the question in like five different ways, but never really answer the question correctly.
You know,
I don't know how that works or how it happens, but people will watch it like you're talking about the same thing the whole time. You just answer it in different ways. Oh, my bad. I'll work on that.
you know, sometimes things just aren't that simple, especially when we're talking about music. You know, if you're writing and you're performing and stuff like that, your music takes different steps throughout its
Oh yeah.
process.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're thinking of that, you're thinking of every step because you're the one that's been a part of that entire process.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
Well,
sure. Ain't no doubt.
let's see how you could different or answer my questions five different ways. We are here to release new music. You've got a brand new single called Houston. We've got a problem. Tell
Oh
me
yeah.
about this one.
Well, it was a song that my producer brought to me, and I mean, I didn't have any songs ready at the time that were my originals, and most of the ones that I had were they were too slow. They wanted, everybody wanted me to play something more upbeat, some more, yeah, upbeat music. And so my producer had found some songs for me, and that was one of the songs that we kind of decided on and picked out. And I mean, it's been great. The minute I heard it, I love the song. I mean, it fit me. It fit everything. I like the fact of in the lyrics, it's Waco, and talks about, like, says things about Waco and Abilene, and then obviously Houston, and that's all around me. That's right there. That's other than Abilene. It's a little far of a drive, but I mean everything's right there around me. I've been everywhere, so and I kind of I understood it for sure, and we decided to cut it, and I couldn't be more happy with it. And it's been pretty crazy hearing the feedback on people. People seem to love it.
Well, I'm excited to talk more about your travels after we listen to the song. But other than those specific locations and the fact that you've been traveling your entire life, what was that moment where you were like, yeah, this is my song. I'm going to make this mine?
Oh, it's kind of a hard question, honestly.
Uh,
Like, first heard it, when I first heard it, I had several songs that I was going through and listening to, and yeah, I like the beat of it, and like I said, the lyrics, they all kind of I could relate to everything. Like I just understood it, and as soon as I realized that, hey, I can cut this and record this, and like this is a really good song. Obviously it was my dog is going insane right now. I got him tied to the tree beside me. He will not stop. Goose, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Okay, stay. Stay. He's energetic. But no, when I finally decided we were going to record that one, and I was going to put my own spin on it, I was pretty happy because I like taking songs where and trying to put my spin on it. That's what I do. I mean, mainly doing my acoustic shows, I do covers, so I always try to put my own spin on different songs and change it up. So I was kind of excited to be able to finally do that. and actually release it and actually do like professional recording on it. And that was pretty cool. And like I said, I couldn't be more happy with it.
I'm excited to let everyone have it. So we're going to go ahead and do that and be back with Chaser Crouch. But first, the debut of Houston. We Got a Problem on Maverick 100.9. Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but you can now find it anywhere that you stream and download music. And today's interview continues now. Maverick 100.9 Aggieland's Country Alternative. That was the debut of Houston. We Got a Problem from Chaser Crouch. And Chaser's here. Now, I've been getting to know you a little bit better. I've had the opportunity to get to know your family and become friends and actually get to see you perform live as well, which I don't always get to do with new artists, and that's been exciting. But what I've learned about you is you started traveling not just Texas, but the entire country at a very young age. Tell us a little bit about your life before music.
Oh, so my dad's a cutting horse trainer, and we go every single weekend. I grew up showing horses. I grew up on a horse, and I used to tell people that I lived in a trailer at a horse show because all my weekends consisted of staying in a trailer at a horse show somewhere. And during the summer, everybody get their summer breaks. Well, our summer break was going to horse shows, and we would be gone for 2 months at a time sometimes. And we might come back for a day just to regroup, and then we load up and go somewhere else. But I mean, I did that my whole life, and we've been anywhere, all the way to Florida, to Nevada. We've been to Vegas at a horse show out there. Been all the way up to Colorado, Wyoming. It's like every summer we'd take a trip, and we'd go up, hit like Wyoming. We might go to North Dakota. Heck, we've been to Canada before showing horses, and I grew up in a truck on the road, living in a trailer every weekend. So like it just kind of fit that I decided to do music, because now it's like I got the traveling part down. That doesn't bother me. Driving doesn't bother me. I was 15 years old with a learner's permit, driving at 3:00 in the morning with my mom and dad asleep in the truck, pulling a horse trailer loaded with horses going to Canada. Yeah, that was like the week after I got my permit. My dad threw me in the truck on that interstate there, and while him and my mom slept, and we trucked on down the road, and it was a little nerve wracking. I was a little worried, but I mean, and that, it's been every single weekend. I like I said, I grew up showing horses, and I've been pretty successful with that as well. I high school rodeoed. We got 2 different associations that I show for. One's high school rodeo, and one was NYCHA, was National Youth Cutting Horse Association. And through all that, I've been to nationals all 4 years in a row in the high school rodeo. I won it 2 of the years that I was there, and I've won the world finals for the NYCHA once, was reserve 3rd and 4th, and so I've been down the road and been there, done that when it comes to horses, and so it's kind of got me. It fits perfect as far as the traveling and stuff. Because I'm used to the late nights and hauling. Yeah. Well, and now you're actually living in a trailer like full time, aren't you? I actually just sold it, and I just sold it the other day, but I'm getting a different one. Because that trailer wasn't going to work out if I was going to go somewhere and haul the band with me. I didn't have enough room for the band equipment. So I sold it. Right now I'm living in my granddad's enclosed car hauling trailer that was kind of like fixed up as a living quarters a little bit. So I'm living in that. It's like, a little 24-foot trailer, and I love it. It's nice. I got my hammock hung between the walls. Like I literally have a hammock hung between the walls on the hooks. I'll sit there and watch movies at night, and then I'll crawl up in the nose of the trailer and go to sleep. And it's been great. But I'm looking at getting another another trailer, like a toy hauler, where I have a big cargo spot in the back to haul band equipment or whatever. Because my end goal is, and I don't know. I mean, I'm new to the band stuff. I don't know what's gonna have if it's gonna work. My plan is I get one of those, and say the band has a show somewhere, like we go play a show somewhere. We know we're gonna stay the night. You know, I can hook up to my car hauling trailer, and I can just go out there. We can park it in the middle of the parking lot and go to sleep instead of buying a hotel room, because I hate hotel rooms. I'd much rather take my house with me.
It's just so funny that, all aspects of your life just brought you up that way, to where the thought of living in a house or staying in a hotel just makes you cringe because you are so comfortable in a trailer.
Yeah, I can't stand spending the money on a hotel room. And like I said, I like driving anyways late at night, so I'll play shows and I might not get done till 12 o'clock at night and be packing up and leaving, and I still got a 4 or 5 hour drive home. I'll jump in the truck and drive the whole way home. I won't sleep. I just jump in the truck and go.
Yeah.
And I just because I don't want to spend. I'll sleep in the truck before I buy a hotel room. I just don't like spending the money on that I just don't like it. But when it comes to a trailer, I'll sleep in a trailer, and I'll sleep like a baby in a trailer.
I am the exact same way, to be honest with you. Mine is more of we were just a camping family, and now we are living in a world where staying in hotels is almost unaffordable. It is.
Yeah.
It is a quarter of the cost to just haul even with the gas, haul a camper or a trailer, pay for a campsite. That is still less than you would spend on a hotel room, and you've already got everything you need with you.
Yeah, and the other side of that is, if I get a hotel room, I'm gonna have to get 2 or 3 hotel rooms, because I got 5. It's 5 of us in the band.
Yeah.
So it's just, it wouldn't work, and I'm not gonna like make them pay for the hotel rooms. Like, that's I'm gonna pay for it. I mean, they're my guys, and they're there backing me up and doing what they can to make me sound good, because Lord knows I need that. But so like I try to treat them pretty good, and which they're, as far as the band, they're every single one of them. I love them. They're great guys. Most of them I haven't known for very long, but like we clicked immediately, and like we have a great time up on stage, and we got some shows coming up here soon, I believe, and hopefully next year we'll be on the road going. But yeah, as far as hotel rooms, I can't do that. Can't spend the money.
Go ahead.
Do what?
Go ahead.
Now, people might argue that it's cheaper to do that instead of pulling a big trailer that's going to get bad fuel mileage on your truck and spending money in diesel. But you know what? I'm happier like that, because I got everything I need with me, and it's right here, and I can pull over on the side of the road and sleep whenever I want to. And it's just simpler that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And I did want to touch on the band a bit, because the last time I got to see you, it was only your second show with that band, and everyone in the place didn't believe that. You guys looked and sounded like you'd been playing together for ages, and that wasn't that long ago. So I want to know, how many shows do you and the band have under your belt now, today?
That was we haven't played since then. We've had band practice. We've had one band practice since then, and that was it. And it did not go very good, because we decided we were going to go out and have like a little celebratory meal or something for the song releasing. So we went out and got some Mexican food. Well, we were all ready to go, like ready to practice before we went and ate. After we got done eating, we were all tired. We went back to my drummer's house where we practiced, and we were dead. We were like sitting here, this was a bad idea. We should not have ate before this, because none of us were wanting to practice after that. But we're gonna practice
towards the hunger, not after the hunger.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna practice Friday, and I'm gonna make sure that we don't eat anything before. But yeah, the band, as far as and it's kind of a funny story how we all how it all came about, how we all met. Because um, I'd played a show one weekend, or I was getting ready for a show that I was doing, and I broke a piece on my guitar, and I needed a new piece for it. Well, all these guys worked at Guitar Center, so I go up there to Guitar Center, and I'm getting the piece for my guitar. End up buying a brand new Taylor 814. Walking out, instead of my little $10 piece, I went and just bought a brand new guitar at the same time, and all of the guys were there. The guy that sold me the guitar is he's my rhythm player, and the other two boys, they were there in the store helping out my drummer and my lead player, and it was just kind of funny because as I was talking to the boy, he was sitting there playing my guitar as I'm trying to buy it. He was just sitting there picking on it while we were waiting, and we kind of had a little bit of small talk. And I was like, "Hey, you mind if I grab your number and stuff if you play lead? I'm looking at getting a band together eventually, like trying to get all the contacts I can for whenever I need it." And he's like, "All right, that sounds good, whatever." A couple months go by, never hollered at him, never messaged him. And finally, I texted him one night. I was like, "Hey, do you know a bass player and a drummer by chance?" He's like, "I do." It's like, would they be interested in getting together and practicing? I got a show coming up that wants us to play. But she's just like, yeah, let me call him real quick. And he called me back and he said, "Hey, when you want to practice?" And from that first practice, I walked in the room. I walked in the room there first day of practice, and I, met all of them, and I was like, "Hey, so this is where I'm at. Like, I need a band now. I don't know if y'all are just going to be here for this next show that I need a band for, or if y'all actually want to be a band together and y'all want to support me with this, because like I need a band and that's my next step. And I feel like we can go places, and that's the goal. I mean, I don't have anything else really behind. I mean, if I don't do music, I'm gonna go to training horses. Not that that's a bad thing, but
Either way,
like
he's gonna
music,
live in a
music,
trailer.
music. I'm in. Yeah. Either way, I'm gonna be in a trailer. But music it's kind of like right now it's all or nothing with music. So I don't. I've got some certain goals that I want to meet, and I know by the time I get to those goals, I'm gonna have new goals. And I've really put my mind to this, and I really want this to pan out. I want it to work. It's kind of been one of my dreams forever. And, it wasn't until a couple of years ago that I figured out that, hey, this might actually be reality. I might be able to pull this off. But anyways, I was talking to him and I was like, hey, this is my goal. This is what I want to do. I'm not, I'm not messing around with all this. This is serious. Like, I'm going to go as far as I can possibly go with it. And they all looked at me. They're like, we're in. Every single one at the same time looked at me like, we're in for it. We're in for the long haul. And I was like, all right, sounds good. And we started practicing. And we've actually only known each other for about 4.5, 5 months, I think, as long as we've really been practicing. Maybe it might be 6 months, but I don't even think it's that long. I think it's like 4.5, 5 months, something like that, that we've been like we've known each other and been practicing and playing together. And we've done 2 shows, and those 2 shows we added in a bass player, which is one of my buddies that I went to school with, who me and him tried to start a band several years ago. And ever since, we just been like really good buddies. And I told him if I ever get a band together, I was like, I'm going to get you in the band if I can. And we had a practice one night in Fort Worth because I was up there showing horses. And I told him, I was like, hey, y'all come up here. And I called my buddy because he lives in Fort Worth. I was like, hey, come out here and meet the band and hang out, and we might give you an instrument. He walks in the door, we hand him a bass guitar, and we're like, all right, let's see if you can play, if you enjoy it. And he loved it. So now it's I'm really happy with where everything's at, and I got a great group of guys behind me, and wouldn't trade it for anything.
They really are great. We're gonna have to start calling you guys Chaser Crouch and the Guitar Guy or Guitar Center guys. Band.
Yeah. Well, no, we were thinking, they were thinking about that. Like, they'll call in they can be the Guitar Center, whatever, GC, Chaser Crouch and the GCs or whatever. But my drummer actually ended up giving us a name, or giving the band kind of a name. Not unintentionally.
I think I
We
know
were at
this story, don't I?
yeah, we were at practice, and he's gonna if he sees this video, he's gonna kill me for this. But my drummer, we're sitting there practicing, and he plays punk rock. I mean, he loves country music, but like punk rock is what he's mainly done.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't listen to a whole lot of country music, but he loves country music. And anyway, so we're playing Broken Window Serenade. We're practicing, and we go to start playing, and he turns and looks at us. It's like, oh yeah, the Purdy Flies song. But we all look at him like, Purdy Flies. It's like, what are you talking about, Purdy Flies? We're like, you mean Purdy Flowers? Like, there's a couple of Purdy Flowers. And he was like, oh, that's what it says. She's like, yeah, that's what it says. It's not Purdy Flies. So after that whole practice, every time we try to start that song, we'd all bust out laughing. It was pretty funny and entertaining. So now our group chat is called the Purdy Flies. But it was it cracked me up, and he's definitely the goofiest one of the group too, because he's just something else. He's always got something to say that you'll like sit there and look at him like, what? Well, like, it doesn't make any half the things he says doesn't make any sense. He's just goofy.
Chaser Crouch and the Pretty Flies. Well, Chaser, I'm glad that you and the band are getting more shows on the schedule, and I want everybody to check out Chaser Crouch, whether it's downloading or streaming his brand new single, Houston, We Got a Problem, or keeping your eye out for new music or looking for tour dates. This band comes Corliss endorsed. So get out and see them. And Chaser, as always, it's so great to catch up with you.
Oh yeah, always, always. And we got more music on the way too. I got several things lined up.
He's gonna be sneaking it in.
Yeah.